And when you see what it is I picked up, you'll know why I'm thinking about no longer calling it the Not So Goodwill. Hey everybody, today's video once again brings us down here into the library because today we have a pile of random pickups we gotta take a look at. These pickups only span the last couple of days, so it's not a huge pile, but there are some really cool items in here I gotta show you guys. Starting with my first yard sale pickups of 2019. As you guys may remember, on Saturday, Stephanie and I went out and did some hunting, but before we hit up any stores, we did pass a yard sale that unfortunately was not offering very much, with the exception of a large stack of CDs that we had to dig through, and I managed to find 4 titles I wanted to pick up for 50 cents a piece. I grabbed The Cure Galore. This is a fantastic compilation of all their singles from 87 to 97, so very cool, great CD. Worth it for, what is it? Pictures of You alone. I love that song, so very cool to have in my collection. And then, I am a fan of Eddie Murphy, so picked up 3 Eddie Murphy comedy CDs. We have Greatest Comedy Hits, we got Self-Titled, I always love that artwork, and we got Eddie Murphy Comedian. So again, I am a fan of his work, so wanted to grab these, and again, for 50 cents a piece, I had to grab them. However, that's not the only thing I picked up on Saturday that I did not show you guys. We also stopped into a bookstore because Stephanie really likes books and wanted to go into a bookstore. Once again, I did not bring my camera while inside because I figured it's a bookstore, I'm not going to be buying anything. However, I was mistaken. They had a whole bunch of really cheap Stephen King books that I had to grab for the store, so I bought pretty much every one. We have Stephen King Dreamcatcher. I had to grab that one. We got Desperation. Very cool. Always love the artwork on that book. We got, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Again, really, really cool artwork. I just, that freaks me out. The scarecrow in the middle of the road there, I love it. What do we got here then? Stephen King, Insomnia. Very awesome. Not the greatest artwork there, but I'm sure it's a good read. This is, Lizzie's Story? Or Lizzie, right? Lizzie's Story. I don't know, but there is a shovel there, so I'm guessing somebody gets buried in that one. And we have, what is it really called that? Yeah, it's called Cell, a novel. All right, so awesome. Some Stephen King, but those are cool. But this one here, yeah, this was amazing. I had to grab this one. We've got The Shining. Still all shrink wrapped up here. I mean, this thing is super duper minty, and this obviously is a really cool find because it's a fantastic story. So yeah, this is a no-brainer and something I definitely had to grab for the store. From there, we skip a few days ahead where I had to run out to Target, and while I was there, I did pick up 3 titles for my collection, and one of them is Holmes and Watson. I know, I have been hearing nothing but horrible things about this movie from many of you guys, but my curiosity has been piqued. I really want to see this. I'm a big fan of Will Ferrell. I'm a big fan of John C. Reilly, and usually I like them together. But from the trailers I saw, and again, from reviews I've read, and from what you guys have said, this is nothing more than a huge, gigantic train wreck. But I kind of want to see the train wreck. Again, my curiosity has been piqued just alone from the horrible things I've been hearing about this movie, and because of the cast also. I'm kind of curious. So I had to grab it and at least give it one watch. I have a feeling I'll be giving it a watch and then never watching it again, but regardless, I have to see it. I want to know, so I did pick it up, and we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up liking it. A lot of you guys had really bad things to say about was it Action Point, the Johnny Knoxville movie, and I actually really liked that movie. That's a movie I will watch again. I enjoyed it, so maybe this one won't be as bad. I don't know. The trailer did look pretty horrible, so we'll see. But regardless, had to grab it. And then I picked up a movie that I've been hearing nothing but good things about, Fighting with My Family. Now, I have no idea who Paige is. That's a wrestler I'm not really familiar with. I do not know her backstory. I have never even really heard of her. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of Paige before. I'm not really into modern day wrestling. My wrestling, I really enjoyed like 80s and like maybe like 91, 92. Once that whole like kind of like attitude era and like when wrestling got like really big again in the very early 90s. At that point, I was pretty much completely out of wrestling. Wrestling for me was kind of cool when I was a kid, and then once I hit like high school and wrestling started to get really popular again, I was way out of wrestling at that point. So yeah, Paige is somebody I am really not familiar with. The Rock I know, though. But anyway, I've been hearing this is such a great movie, regardless of whether you're a wrestling fan or not. So I wanted to pick this up, and I definitely wanted to check it out. So had to grab it, and it's rated fresh. All right, so should be a cool pickup. And then something I honestly had no idea was even a thing. Venture Brothers Season 7. I no longer have cable. A couple years ago, the wife and I decided to stop paying for cable. We do not have cable because we never watch it. I pretty much only ever watch YouTube, or I watch my movies and TV shows. I just wasn't ever watching TV, and my wife is the same way. She watches a lot of YouTube videos and stuff on Hulu and Netflix and stuff like that. She really doesn't ever watch cable, and it was just a complete waste of money, so we got rid of it, and as such, I was no longer watching Cartoon Network and Adult Swim. One of the few times I actually would watch TV was when I did watch Adult Swim. So I had no idea Venture Brothers was still a thing. I guess they came back, because last time I checked, Venture Brothers was off the air. The show was over, but I guess it came back for a seventh season, which is awesome because Venture Brothers was always my all-time favorite Adult Swim show. So when I found out there was a season 7, oh, I jumped all over this. I knew I had to pick this up, and I cannot wait to see it because I loved every other bit of Venture Brothers I have ever seen. It's such a funny, fantastic, brilliantly written show. So yeah, season 7. This was a pleasant surprise. I was looking around at the movies and I was like, what? Season 7 of Venture Brothers? I'm picking this up. So awesome pickup right there. So some pickups from Target. At least 2 of them are going to be good. And last but not least are some pickups from the Not So Goodwill. And when you see what it is I picked up, you'll know why I'm thinking about no longer calling it the Not So Goodwill. We'll save that stuff there for last. We'll start off with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are Stretchkins. They are like plush, fabric-y turtles that I guess stretch. See this little kid there strapping it to his feet and hands and stretching them out. I grabbed a Donatello and I grabbed a Raphael. I really wish they would have had the other all 4 turtles. I wish they had the other 2 turtles as well. But still, these are really cool. And they had my favorite turtle, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, awesome finds right here. These are, of course, for the store. If they would have had a Michelangelo, I would have picked it up for Sean because Sean really does like Mikey. He thinks, for some reason, he's the only turtle who likes pizza. I don't know why he thinks that, but that's what he thinks. He is a big fan of Michelangelo. If they had one, I would have grabbed him one, but they only had a Raph and a Donnie. I'm tempted to keep the Donnie for myself. I love him. So really cool finds for the store. These actually do sell for a little bit. So awesome finds again from the Not So Goodwill. But that wasn't everything. I guess I'll show the one movie first because I think the toy thing I picked up is actually kind of cooler. Yes, this is not a joke. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Not Wreck-It, well, Wreck-It Ralph 2. But Ralph Breaks the Internet. Brand new, factory sealed. I am not joking. This was sitting there with all their movies. I could not believe it. And in fact, the fact that this was still there, I did go to the Not So Goodwill on a Monday, and Monday's when they start putting new things out. So my assumption is this was literally just put out on the floor like right before I found it, because somebody would have scooped this up had I not been there at the exact right time. This was cool. So I already have it in my collection, so I'm grabbing this one for the store. Again, such a cool find, such a cool movie. The fact that it was never even opened is just a really cool bonus. Yes, a definite good find for the store, and especially at Goodwill prices. That was awesome. So really cool pickup. I mean, now I kind of wish I would have just held off and bought this at the Goodwill instead of where I bought it from. I think I got mine from Target, but still, regardless, awesome find for the store. Very, very cool. And the last thing here, this I actually got from a lady who was looking through a blue bin. Again, they were bringing stuff out, so there was like a bin that was not inside the doors. Like they had these swinging doors, and basically they were kind of like okay with you digging through the bin, the one bin that was on the outside of the doors. Anything past the doors, they were actually yelling at people not to look through. But the lady, I saw her she had something in her hand, and I was like, is that like an action figure or what is that? I saw it, but I was like, she's looking at it. She's got her hands on her first, whatever. So I walked away and went looking at something else, and then I came walking back, and she was still standing there, and she goes, "Hey, you're at this store all the time, aren't you? I think I found something you're gonna really, really like." And I was like, oh, okay. She was not wrong. We have a Freddy Krueger, what's it called? Is it, how do you say that? Meatsy? Wait. Zits? Oh, wait. Mizits? Is that what it is? Midget? Like a midget? Midget? I have no idea. How do you say that? What is that? I have no idea, but it's Freddy Krueger. How cool is this from Nightmare on Elm Street? This was awesome. And again, it is sealed. It has never been opened. So yeah, when the lady was like, "Hey, I think this is something you'd be kind of interested in. I know you probably like this kind of stuff." I saw it and I was like, yes, I'm grabbing this. So it is for the store, not for me, but it is a really, really cool find. I love these collectible vinyl figures. I love picking them up for the store. And I definitely love them when it's something other than a pop, and also when it's something as cool as Freddy Krueger and something that's horror-related. So, again, a really cool find, surprisingly priced really well. When she handed it to me, I was like, oh gosh, where's the price on this thing? Because I figured they're going to be asking something crazy for it, because they're gonna know this is cool. They're going to want like $10 for it, and I'm just going to have to pass on it. But nope, it was priced very, very well. So again, picking this one up for the store, such an awesome find that I did not even have to find. Some lady found it for me. So very, very cool, very awesome. So pumped about this one. Oh my gosh, yeah, that is a good store pickup right there. And there you go, guys. That is it. That is everything I kind of just randomly picked up over the last few days. So with that, as always, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you're going to get one. And also be sure to check down below for links to Patreon, where you can help support the show. The simple donation of $1 or more if you like really does help out, goes a long way, goes right back into these videos, and it does gain you early access on most of my videos. Also, be sure to check down below for links to Spreadshirt, where you can grab yourself many designs of Cinema Sickness t-shirts and hoodies and hats and all kinds of really cool stuff. There are a bunch of new designs and new pieces of clothing and whatnot. All kinds of cool new stuff over at Spreadshirt, so check that out. And of course, as always, most importantly, check down below for a link to the Cinema Sickness Retro Store, where you can pick up all kinds of awesome media like movies, books, video games, music, fun retro toys, and movie memorabilia and collectibles, and all kinds of cool stuff over at the store. And as always, proceeds from the store are the most important for the show. They are really what keep this show going, so they are very much appreciated. So again, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so the elephant in the room. As many of you probably noticed, this video was a little bit different. It had a whole bunch of cuts. And the reason for that is because I'm probably going to have to go back to that filming style like I used to do. For those of you who've been watching me for a while, you know that I used to do videos with a lot more cuts in them, as opposed to big, long stretches of uncut video. And the reason I'm going to have to start doing that again is because I've been getting hit by a ton of copyright notices when I'm out hunting in the wild, because many stores I hunt at have music playing over the speakers, and if I'm doing big long stretches of video without any cuts, you can usually hear the song, and whoever wants to say, hey, we own that song, and even though you didn't actually put it in the video because it's playing in the video, we want to have all the rights to any money you're making off this video, which is ridiculous, and I don't think should be a thing. YouTube needs to fix that. If I take a song and put it in the video, like I actually take a song off a CD or whatever, and I stick it into a video, then I myself am putting that song into the video, and I'm using that, and I am using that song to make money off of. Yes, that is wrong. I completely agree with the actual owner of that music wanting the monetization, or at least part of it or something like that. I get it. I understand that. But if I'm out in the wild and a song's playing over a speaker and I had nothing to do with that, I did not actually add that song to the video, and it just happens to be playing and I'm talking over it and it's just back there, that's not me adding anything to the video. I did not do that on purpose. I did not add that song to the video to make money off of. So I don't think that should count, but it does, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can try to fight the copyright. However, the owner of that song, all they have to do is say, no, we disagree that you should not be able to fight this, and they get the monetization. That's how it works. I really have no say in it. The little guy gets screwed as per usual. So unfortunately, I might have to go back to doing a bunch of cuts to avoid getting more copyright notices against me, because that's not a good thing. And if I get too many of them, it could be bad for the channel and I could get in trouble. So I might end up going back to doing a bunch of cuts to try to avoid that. So we'll see. I don't know. Gonna maybe try this weekend to film that way. I tried doing it in this video as well, just to kind of get used to it, because I want to kind of get used to doing all these cuts and editing with all the cuts again. So that way when this weekend comes and I want to film and try to do a bunch more cuts, I won't be as kind of stressed out and trying to figure out how to do that. I'll maybe have an idea that I've gathered over the last couple of days. That's the thought anyway. So I don't know. We'll see. Probably something, again, I'm going to have to do to avoid the YouTube police, but it is what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you enjoy the videos coming up with a bunch of cuts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see how it goes. So anyway, guys, again, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.